Part 1. The Strange Illness and the Quest for the Seven-Colored Lotus. In a small thatched house at the end of the village, Tintin's grandmother lay bedridden, her body covered in red rashes like a plucked chicken. She wheezed heavily, groaning in pain. Tintin's parents had already invited every doctor in the area, but each one only shook their head, wrote a few prescriptions, and left. Refusing to give up, Tintin sneaked into the kitchen, put on a green raincoat, placed a rice pot on his head like a helmet, and grabbed a soup ladle as his magic weapon. Striding into his grandmother's room, he declared solemnly, "Grandma, don't worry. Today, Dr. Tintin will cure you. Fever, rash, pain, gone in one shot." He wrapped wet banana leaves around her belly and began chanting nonsense spells. Abracadabra, rashes disappear. Abracadabra, live to 100 years. His grandmother shrieked, "Oh heavens, this little devil is killing me!" His parents and grandfather rushed in, panicking. Tintin kept pressing the ladle onto his grandmother's stomach as if exorcising a demon. His mother, both furious and amused, scolded, "What are you doing? She's sick, not a puppet for you to play with." His father groaned, "If this brat becomes a doctor, the whole village will die early." Everyone laughed and cried at the same time, except for Grandma, who was gasping for breath and nearly fainting. "Get him out of here before I die of rage." Seeing things were dire, Grandpa spoke gravely. "I've heard of Master Nguyen the Taoist. He can exorcise demons and heal illnesses. Should we try inviting him?" Father agreed quickly. Soon, Grandpa returned with a tall, thin Taoist priest, hair in a topknot, wooden sword in hand, and a pouch of talismans on his belt. The priest blew 3 sharp notes on a flute and entered the sick room. After examining Grandma carefully, he nodded. "This illness is curable, but the medicine required is rare. We must fetch a 7-colored lotus from the Great Lake of Water Village, and it must be brought back immediately or its power will fade." The family gasped. Grandpa frowned. "The journey is far and dangerous, but for her sake, I will go." Uncle No was chosen to accompany the Taoist. Tintin's eyes lit up and he shouted, "I'll go too. I can swim, row, and eat a lot. If we get hungry, I'll eat for everyone." Father barked. "If you go, we'll all starve faster." Tintin insisted, "I also have a secret skill. I can play dead so the monster thinks I'm gone. Brilliant, right?" Grandpa laughed. Mother covered her face, and Uncle No growled, "You'll just slow us down, brat." But Tintin pouted, "Without me, who will tell jokes to keep everyone's spirits up? Laughter gives strength to fight monsters." Exhausted by his nagging, the family finally gave in. The trio set off. Tintin sang nonsense songs, imitating chickens and dogs, driving the Taoist mad. At one point, the priest almost fell off his horse when Tintin bleated like a goat in his ear. "Child, one more prank and I'll tie you to the saddle," the priest thundered. Tintin only stuck out his tongue and giggled. At Water Village, they found a funeral procession. Drums, wailing, and smoke filled the air. The Taoist muttered, "A bad omen." They built a bamboo raft and paddled into the misty lake. Suddenly, 2 gigantic Thuong Luong, serpentine water demons, surged from the depths, their scaled bodies writhing, waves crashing violently. The Taoist slashed with his wooden sword, but the creatures overpowered him. Uncle No panicked, rowing frantically. Tintin trembled, but sprang into action. He hurled a plastic sandal at the monster's head. It only enraged it. He hopped on one foot, shouting, "I am the king of the sea, obey me," and almost fell overboard. He lit incense, stuck it in the raft, and prayed, "Please, Mr. Monster, spare me." The smoke made the Taoist cough uncontrollably. In desperation, Tintin tossed a jar of shrimp paste into the water. The stench spread instantly. The demons screeched, thrashed violently, then dove back under, fleeing. The raft broke apart, but the trio barely swam ashore alive. Breathless, the Taoist admitted, "I underestimated the danger. We must prepare properly before facing them again." They learned from the villagers that the Thuong Luang had appeared a month ago, trapping boats at shore and ruining livelihoods. The Taoist declared, "We cannot pluck the lotus until the monster is slain. We must arm ourselves and fight." Part 2. The plan to slay the water demon. The Taoist ordered weapons to be forged: spears, crossbows, barbed arrows, and especially a giant iron hook tied to a thick rope. Tintin proudly announced, "I'll make the bait. Cold rice mixed with shrimp paste and chili peppers. One bite and the monster will sneeze itself to death." Uncle No turned pale. "That bait might kill us instead." That night, they rowed a small wooden boat into the lake, dropping the foul bait. Soon the water boiled. A colossal Thuong Luong burst forth, jaws gaping like a cave. The Taoist fired his crossbow. Uncle No hurled his spear, but the beast was terrifyingly strong. Tin Tin screamed, "It's staring at me! Oh no, it's in love with me!" In panic, he yanked a rice pot from his bag, jammed it onto his head like a helmet, and danced at the bow of the boat, howling like a ritual sacrifice. The demon froze in confusion. At that moment, the Taoist's arrow struck the giant hook into its mouth. Together they hauled with all their might. Tin Tin bawled, "It's dragging me under. I haven't even gotten married yet." The monster writhed, but the shrimp paste and chili worked. Its nostrils flared, it shrieked, and finally collapsed dead. The villagers rejoiced when they hauled the beast ashore, but the Taoist remained grim, gazing at the dark lake. "There is still another one down there. We've only won half the battle." Tin Tin, however, hopped around proudly, shouting, "See, without me, you'd be Monster Chow. My IQ is infinite." His laughter rang through the village, but beneath the joy, everyone sensed more dangers were yet to come. Final part, the seven-colored lotus. On the second night, the whole village held its breath, waiting for news. Master Trung, Uncle Utnyaw, and Tin Tin once again rowed their boat out onto the lake. This time, everyone was tense, except for Tin Tin, who was munching popcorn to boost his combat power. Suddenly, the water churned, and the last water dragon surfaced. It was twice as big as the previous one, its eyes glowing red, its jaws wide enough to swallow the entire boat. Uncle Utnyaw trembled. "It's over! This time we're all turning into fish cakes!" Tin Tin boldly declared, swinging his soup ladle like a sword. "Don't worry, the rice pot hero is here." He leapt to the bow, dancing and singing so horribly that even the monster froze in confusion. In the chaos, Uncle Utnyaw, in his panic, accidentally threw the jar of shrimp paste straight at Master Trung's head. The old man choked and coughed, while the beast caught the holy stench and howled in madness. Seizing the chance, Tin Tin shouted, "Utnyaw, charge!" Uncle Utnyaw shut his eyes and thrust his spear wildly. By sheer luck, it pierced the monster's throat. The creature shrieked, thrashed a few times, then sank to the bottom. The boat rocked violently, almost capsizing. Tin Tin clung to the rice cooker on his head, screaming, "Oh no! I haven't even had my dinner yet!" At last, the lake grew calm. The final beast had been slain. As the mist lifted, a glowing lotus pond appeared at the lake's center. At its heart bloomed a radiant, seven-colored lotus. Master Trung solemnly stepped forward to pick it, but Tin Tin splashed into the mud first. "Let me. I've got years of water spinach picking experience." Covered head to toe in mud, he finally surfaced clutching the precious flower. Back on the boat, he boasted, "See? Without me, this lotus would have turned into a banana blossom by now." Returning home, Master Trung brewed medicine from the lotus petals and gave it to Grandma. By the next morning, her rash had faded, her breathing was easy, and she smiled brightly. "Thank heaven! Thank you all, especially that rascal Tin Tin." The family laughed with relief. Uncle Utnyaw, however, grumbled. "It was my spear that finished the beast. Why is everyone praising that brat?" Tin Tin cheerfully patted him on the shoulder. "Uncle Utnyaw, you're just the sidekick. The rice pot hero is the real shining star." Laughter echoed throughout the village. From then on, people passed down the tale. Even the fiercest water dragon was defeated by a boy with a rice pot and a jar of shrimp paste. Yet that very night, Tin Tin still had one lotus left, secretly picked. He ground it into powder, worried Grandma wasn't fully cured. While she slept, he carefully stuffed it into her nose so she could inhale it. That foolish prank nearly killed her. The villagers swore they heard Grandma's furious scolding echo across the entire village all night long.